What is up, everyone? How's it going? Simon here from CD Revival, and today I'm going to do my much awaited, promised Queens of the Stone Age ranking. So 8 studio albums, going to be ranking them all from my least favourite to my favourite. As with all my ranking videos, this is just entertainment and just my views. So if you have a different ranking, or there's an album that I've got near the bottom that you think it should be at the top, sure, let me know, but it is literally my opinion. There's no need to get salty about it, and you know, everyone's got different views on different kinds of music. So if you like something different to what I like, that is absolutely fine, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you should like something or you shouldn't like anything else. It's just literally just an entertainment video, my views. This is what I think. You know, maybe you haven't listened to an album that I really like and you might think, oh, do you know what, I'll give that another go. So with all that said, let's get on with the ranking, and we will start at number 8. And honestly, I've made this list a couple of days ago and I've changed it twice already, so I'll try not to get confused with myself. But anyway, here we go. Number 8, I have got In Times New Roman, which is their most recent album. Now, all of their albums are great, so this is by no means saying that their new album is not good, because it is good. It took me quite a long time quite a few listens to really get into it, and I've listened to it a bunch of times, to be honest with you, and I do like it a lot. This one obviously came out this year, and it is their 8th album, and they produced it themselves. A good start to the album. Obscenery, really good one. Paper Machete, Negative Space. They're all good tracks, to be honest with you. Made to Parade's got a really good sort of glam rock, almost stomp to it. Carnavoya is quite a popular one. They did play that, I think, at Glastonbury when they played there. It's not one of my favourites on here, I'm not going to lie. What the People Say, that's a bit more of an up-tempo one, which there's not too many up-tempo tracks on this album. It is quite sort of, I would say, one-paced. Sicily, not one of my favourite ones. But, you know, still a good track, but it's, you know, it's not near the top for me. Probably Emotion Sickness is one of my favourites. That was the first single. And the last track, Straight Jacket Fitting, which is a long one, which is a 9-minute. I say, not a bad album, a little bit one-paced, a little bit, I don't know, like they didn't really know what they wanted to do with the album. But yeah, by no means a bad one. It is really cool. So I did have this a little bit higher, but then again, after listening to it again today, I thought, you know what, no, the highs aren't as high as on the other albums. It's got no real lows, but you know, the really good tracks on here are not really excellent, if you know what I mean. You might disagree, but give it a go. It's well worth having in your collection. But it's my number 8, In Times New Roman, from this year, like literally last month this came out, so good album. Right, number 7, I've got Villains, produced by Mark Ronson. This came out in 2017. This is their 7th album. Love the artwork all the way through. And this is the difference, like, new album, cardboard sleeve, cheaply put together. This one, slipcase, great artwork. The artwork on the new one's good, but great artwork inside. You know, just a nicely put together, decent looking album. So yeah, the difference is there in the 6 years. Yeah, produced by Mark Ronson, who's obviously more famous for other styles of music, I guess, but some good tracks on this album. Feet Don't Fail Me is the opening track. Really do like that. The way he used to do is quite dancey, up tempo. There's quite a few on the new album. There's quite a lot of orchestral bits. This is more sort of electronic-ish. No, it's not an electronic album, but there's elements of that. Domesticated Animals is good. Head Like a Haunted House really reminds me of like a Dead Kennedys track. And you've got The Evil Has Landed on here, which I love. I think it's a fantastic track, really good. Quite a longish one. Villains of Circumstance is quite a melancholy one to finish off with. A good album, once again. It's you know, it's a great album, very enjoyable to listen to. and to sort of put any of them this low down, but they have to, because that's what a ranking's all about. So some I prefer more than others. Say this album, you know, if anyone was to say to me, do you like Villains? I'll be like, yeah, it's a great album. But still only my number 7. Yeah, well worth a listen. Number 6, I have got Like Clockwork, which might upset some people, although it needn't, because it's just my opinion. I like this album, but I don't love all of it. The opening track, Keep Your Eyes Peeled, is quite a slow, sort of doomy, not doomy, but it's a slow opener. I Sat by the Ocean, second track, really love that one, great track. Vampire Time and Memory is quite good. Yeah, it's decent actually. If I Had a Tale, I'm not a great fan of. They do play that live quite a lot, but I don't. Yeah, it doesn't really float my boat particularly. I don't hate it, but yeah. My God Is the Sun, great track. Fair Weather Friends, Smooth Sailing, that's a great one. Like Clockwork, a really good one to finish off with. It's it's a more downbeat album. So once again, great artwork. It's a slower, more moody, not doomy, but moody album, I guess. And say this one came out in 2013. It is their 6th album. They produced it themselves. It's my number 6. It's a good album. You know, once again, someone says, do you like Clockwork? I'll be like, yeah, it's a good album. It's not their best. Let me know what you think. So that's my number 6. Number 5, I have got their first album, just titled Queens of the Stone Age. This is from 1998. Joe Barresi and Josh Homme produced this one. I can't show you the inside because of the breasts, but rest assured it has got an inside. I've listened to this album a lot. This is one of the first ones I owned on CD actually. Yeah, great album. Regular John is one of my favourite tracks of theirs of all time. Nick Oliveri, you can see him on the back. This is one of the albums that he was on. He was on the first 3, who, like obviously Queens of the Stone Age, were formed from the ashes of Caius, which Josh Homme, Nick Oliveri, someone else, anyway, they were in. So yeah, Nick was on this album, and I don't know if he actually performed on it, quite honestly. I think he may have like joined after the album was made, so I think Josh himself did most of the instrumentation. Regular John, yeah, one of my favourite tracks of theirs of all time. Avon, great track as well. If Only, love that one. Walking on the Sidewalks, there's a few sort of weirder ones like that on here. Hispanic Impressions, Mexicola, Give the Mule What He Wants. But yeah, quite a heavy driving album, I say, with a few sort of oddities on it. But yeah, still really cool, very enjoyable, and yeah, love this album to death. Still only my number 5, just shows you how strong their discography is. Number 4, Lullabies to Paralyze, 2005 this one came out. This is their 4th album. Another really strong album. Maybe a little bit too long, this one. Could have been, you know, trimmed a little bit, but the first sort of half of it is pretty much, you know, banging. Starts off with this lullaby, which is a, you know, lullaby-ish intro. Medication, yeah, just, you know, bangs away. It's a great, like, proper sort of opening track. Everybody Knows That You're Insane, another really good up-tempo one. Tangled Up in Plaid, excellent track. Burn the Witch, they play that live quite a lot. In My Head, Little Sister, say first half is really good. I Never Came, that's pretty cool. Someone's in the Wolf, another really good track. The Long Slow Goodbye has a bit of a finish on it, which, you know, could, you know, yeah. Killer Scene There Man, that's a mainly instrumental one, I think. But yeah, still a really cool album. Say slightly overlong. This has got the bonus tracks Like a Drug and Precious and Grace on it. Superb album, well worth getting. That's Lullabies to Paralyze from 2005. produced again by Joe Barresi and Josh Omme. Well worth. Nick Oliveri had left by this point. We have now my number 3. A lot of people rate this lower. I love this album. Era Vulgaris stands for Common Era. This one came out in 2007. It's their 5th album. It's produced by Chris Goss and Josh. Chris Goss famously is one of the main man in Masters of Reality. If you've ever heard their stuff, who I love their first album as well. Love the artwork on this. Love the real discordant kind of noisiness and of the album. It's quite sort of repetitive riffs, but they're really it's definitely their heaviest, I would say. They're most, I suppose, difficult to listen to, if you like, but sometimes those sort of albums, once you get into them, are for me the best. Turning on the Screw, brilliant opener. 666 is excellent, just a real heavy pounding track. Great video on that. I'm Designer, brilliant riff on that. You've got Battery Acid, super heavy, super noisy track. It does go down a bit with Make It With You, which is a real mellow, cool track. Then you've got 3s and 7s, which is the other single, which is another amazing video on that one. Suture Up Your Future. Run Pig Run at the end as well, super heavy, just discordant kind of riffs on it as well. This one has got the bonus track of the title track, which wasn't originally on, I think, the American version, but this is the British version, so it is on here. So it's got Running Joke, Era Vulgaris, which does feature Trent Reznor. A lot of people have this lower in their rankings, and it's just, I was close to this and the top 2, quite honestly. Very fine margins, and this one could have even been top, but the other 2 are pretty iconic, so I put it at number 3 just to be kind of diplomatic. But I love this album, absolutely superb. Number 2 then is Rated R from 2000. This is their 2nd album, produced again by Chris Goss and Josh. This is the double disc deluxe edition. So disc 2's got B-sides and Live at the Reading Festival as well. First album I really heard of theirs. Not the first album I got, but the first album I really heard. Loads of classic tracks on it. Feel Good Hit of the Summer. We all know that one. Lost Art, Keeping a Secret. Leg of Lamb. Better Living Through Chemistry. Monsters in a Parasol. Think I Lost My Headache, with a very crazy ending that you kind of struggle to listen to it all, quite honestly. Quick and the Pointless, Quick and to the Pointless rather. Just an amazing, iconic album. What can I say? Disc 2, so it's got the B-side, so you've got Ode to Clarissa, You're So Vague, Born to Hula, things like that, and then Live at the Reading Festival, which is from 2000, which is songs from their first 2 albums, basically. So that's the track listing there, and superb album. Literally, really glad to have the deluxe edition as well. Excellent album. My number 2 then, that's from 2000, and my number 1 is Songs for the Deaf from 2002. This is their 3rd album. Last one with Nick Oliveri on bass. This one also features Dave Grohl on the drums. This one comes with a bonus DVD as well, so it's got some exclusive tracks and the video of No One Knows. What can I say about this one? It's got the kind of DJ all the way through, giving these bits in between the songs. So this came out in 2002, produced by Josh Omme and Adam Casper and Eric Valentine. Loads of classic tracks on here. No One Knows, obviously, is probably their most famous track. First It Giveth, Skies Falling, really cool. Hanging Tree, I really love as well. That is reminiscent of the Masters of Reality, I think. Skies Falling, is another one that's very similar to their sort of first album as well. Go With The Flow, super famous track as well. Do It Again, God Is In The Radio, another love song. Song for the Deaf as well, which they I think closed Glastonbury with this year. Just an excellent album, start to finish. Every track's pretty much a banger. Superb production once again. It's my number one, and it is an iconic classic album. So yeah, that's my Queens of the Stone Age ranking. Every album really is well worth listening to. And if you're not a fan of theirs, or you've not really heard much of them, I would urge you to check them out immediately, because you are missing out on a really cool, different band as well. You know, yeah. So give them a go. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favourite albums are. It's always interesting to see people's rankings in the comments below. And I will catch you all next time. We'll finish off the R's. And then I've got my Red Hot Chili Peppers ranking to do, which will be next as far as rankings go. And that one probably is a little bit, you know, not what people, well, it depends what era of the Red Hot Chili Peppers you like, really, but we won't give any spoilers out here. So thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Super helps out. And I will catch you all next time. See you on the next one. Take it steady. Cheers.